viewers, you're welcome to our popular program, Political Arena. Political Arena is a program where we discuss political happenings in our country, Nigeria, and other parts of the world. I'm John Glover. I'll be your anchor on today's edition. With me in the studio is chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC Delta State, is Mr. Tunde OKORODUDU. You're welcome to.
Thank you very much for inviting me again today.
It's been a while, and we need to wish you a Merry Christmas, sir.
Yes. Well, also, with this Christmas season, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas in advance, and also happy birthday to me on the Christmas Eve.
We're just celebrating here together.
Yes, yes.
All right. You almost share the same birthday with Jesus Christ. Just a few hours difference.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, today we shall be looking at 2024 in retrospect. We're analyzing the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We want to look at his achievement in the last 18 months. Mr. Tunde, could you recall that during the electionary campaigns, you were here, you were one of his staunch supporters. You always come here in the studio to defend and to campaign for him.
Yes.
When other people also campaign for their candidates,
yes,
you were firmly behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
And now he has won 18 months after. What is your assessment of his administration? What will you score him?
Well, first of all, thank you again, like you mentioned, you gave us the opportunity, at least gave me an opportunity to feature my candidate, the candidate of my party, or the party I have been with from AD to AC to ACN to APC. I don't believe in hip-hopping, but so I stood by Tinubu not because he's a handsome man or he's a rich man. It's based on his training and principle. And I look at his antecedent, how he ran Lagos State successfully. And I said, we can look at Lagos. Lagos is a miniature of Nigeria. We have all ethnic groups there. Do you know that in Lagos State we have an honorable legislator elected into the House and another into the Federal House of Assembly? You know, we have a Igbo man as a commissioner. We have Hausa as a commissioner. So that's the kind of person we need to lead us that will carry everybody along. Even though we didn't win this Delta State, I can tell you that our honorable governor, our excellency, Governor Sharif, has said that they should stop insulting Tinubu, that is our father. And I want to commend him for that. I also want to commend the governor for the work he's doing. Because it's not about party, it's about patriotism. Those who love the country, who are building the country, we want to recognize them. So I want to say kudos to the excellency governor of Delta State for your work, all the infrastructural development you carry now. I see it. Now, let me go to President Tinubu. He came up with a renewed agenda for recovery of Nigeria and back to the glorious days. And he started immediately. The people say, oh, he took away subsidy. Subsidy was not in the budget that was delivered to him, which he had to implement. It has been removed, but even Buhari had no gumption or guts to mention it. So he wanted to claim himself on the swearing. He said, first thing, be aware, there's no subsidy. Okay, there's no subsidy. Meanwhile, the previous government have used a lot of our oil to borrow money, to the extent that when he inherited the government, almost the coffers of the government was empty. So what did he do? He started coalescing different groups together, started meeting with business partners. They say, he travels so much to France. He met with French president. He met with German president. He met with key people who say, don't worry, we bring investment. You must create an enabling environment for business. Yeah, there's some security lapses in the north, but in other areas, people are coming in. Business are going on. He started by saying, hey, you can't have a government that is controlled, the local government is controlled by the state governor. We need local government autonomy. I can do it. He said he can do it. I will take it to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court analyzed it. Even the governors, whether they are APC or PDP, gang up together to fight it, but they lost. Because we have three arms of government: the federal government, the state government, and the local government, and each one has its own budget allocation to carry out things. Right now, I can see the difference. Within 3 months that they started getting the allocation directly, I'm seeing potholes in the streets, in the neighborhood being fixed. I'm seeing more solar lights in the Wari here, and I believe that that's part of, about the impact that the local government chairman got that autonomy to run their own budget. So the money is there to do the work. Sometimes they employ, they appoint supervisory councillors, but they do nothing. Supervisory councillors are the ministers in the local government. They're supposed to carry out infrastructural development, environmental issue, education, inspecting the school, making sure that the school roof are fixed, and all the things that will keep this state beautiful and functioning. Now I see it happening, regardless of what party. That's all I'm interested in. So I commend Mr. President for creating that opportunity. You want to talk about the second thing he did immediately. He said we have to regionalize the 6 zones. The 6 zones of Nigeria. We now have Northwestern Zone, Eastern Zone, Western Zone. We already have NDDC, but they created another South-South Zone. And each of these zones are going to be involved in developing their zones, not with mouth, with budget. And that will create employment and empowerment. So I see it as an opportunity for our youths to be employed. I see it as an opportunity for the zones to be allocating money for education, infrastructure development, etc. Now you go now to oil production. When President Tinubu came into the government, the oil production was less than 1 million barrels daily. And as you know, we're using a lot of that oil to pay in advance, in arrears, when we're owing countries. They say pay us so we weren't making any money. Then thanks to Tom Polo, who was appointed by President Buhari to monitor the creeks. Why is it that we can't get enough oil? And he found out that even the military generals were involved in sabotaging and, maybe siphoning the oil and selling it, while the federal government don't have the money. That's how changed a little bit. It's almost free now in the creeks. We are producing, as at last week, 1.8 million barrels daily. They talk about refinery. Oh, there's no oil, the price of oil is up, gas, fuel price is up, everything is up. Look, when you inherit almost zero account and you want to start all over again, it's not easy. I want to thank Nigerians. I want to commend them for the hardship they went through. It was painful. I myself feel the pain because nobody is exonerated. I felt it. But I believe that we must keep our eyes on the prize. President Tinubu means well for this country. This next budget that was presented to the House of Assembly and the Senate just 3 days ago is a budget of revival. We are going to be revived. The next budget we are talking about a projection of 47 trillion naira budget. You know what we can do with that? And that's a projected income that is almost guaranteed that will come in. Because taxes, the big companies, the big people, they don't pay taxes. They're taxing you, taxing the young workers. Take it, no more. If you don't make up to 5 million naira a year, no tax for you as a working class citizen. If you're a small business, you don't make more than 50 million a year on your business, you don't pay taxes. We have big corporations siphoning our money and everything. They pay the tax.
All right. Now let's look at it. Like you talked about the oil sector. The Port Harcourt refinery is working now.
Yes.
Dangote refinery is also working.
Yes.
It's a private refinery. But still, the common man have not really felt the impact of all this because the prices of petrol and all that is still high. So the common, what you're saying now, the common seem not to have felt the impact of these achievements. You feel that now? You
are very correct. It's a slow process. It's slower than what we want it to be. But do you know that when Dangote refinery started working, there was crisscross argument within NNPC and Dangote refinery. In the end, they came up with 1,100 and something naira per liter. It has dropped now to 1,070 naira as at yesterday. You see, in a competitive economy, you allow people to compete. Eventually, some people will drop their own. When you drop your own, other people drop their own. Now, Port Harcourt refinery is stopped loading. By the time it floods the market with more gasoline, or that is fuel, you will see the difference. It will come down gradually. And I'm pegging it at around 700 naira per barrel eventually. But think about it. The minimum wage was increased from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira, or 77 for some states even. That is a plus. Our governor here even increased his own. Delta State even gave them more. Say they deserve more. Yeah, he's getting more resources from the federal government, and he will making sure that it's spread around. That is what we want. I don't care whether you are PDP or you are ABGA, you are obedient. Take care of the people. The federal government is to allocate. You can't blame him. To implement, the governors have to implement. Now they begin to realize that governors is not just a title or decoration. You got to show your state what they are doing. By the time we finish this regionalization, which is these 6 zones, we are about to go back into the Western region, Eastern region, Midwest region, and Northern region. Those days, 4 regions. We have 6 now. They might end up having a premier that will supervise even the governors. Meanwhile, the federal government have reduced its own budget. So we don't need much money in the center. Let's spread it to the states. And that to reduce the tension that people want to be. Presidency will not be a thing of desperacy again. It will be less because the power will be in the regions. And that's what we are looking forward to. So that's part of infrastructural development, and they call it a regionalization of Nigeria, going back to the old Indian system that things were working better than now. We have 36 governors, but you hardly see anybody doing anything in the past. But now, every governor must show what they're doing, because all eyes are on the governor. All eyes are on the local government chairman. If you don't perform, they know your house. They'll come and picket your house. In the past, their hands were tied. Now, they have the autonomy. I commend the president for that.
So can you hit your chest and say, yes, I am proud that I campaigned for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with what is happening in the country now?
Am I?
Can you hit your chest and say, I am proud that I supported President Bola Tinubu with what is happening in the country today?
I'm proud, actually, and I agree, because it's a visionary thing. If you look just within a short span, you might be angry. But I'm looking at the long-term goal of Nigeria. Nigeria must bounce back into a leading community of nations. And I'm very confident that the class of thinking of our president is to bring us back to where we belong. And that makes me prouder. I'm still proud of still advocating for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And by the way, most people who have been criticizing, attacking, do you know that Peter Obi even commended the president about these taxes? He said, but he should give them more time. There's no time. We need to hit the ground running. And that's what we're doing.
Well, talking about the taxes, let's look at the value-added tax issue and all that the Northerners kick against the payment of value-added tax and all that. What is your own take on this?
Look, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the only president that has the guts to bring it on the table. Say, look here, monkey cannot be walking, baboon the shop. I mean, I know what that means by that. We had our oil. Niger Delta owns the oil. In advanced countries, it is the states that control the oil. But we've been sharing it, feeding them. They even get more money than us. They created more states in the north than in the south. But the bread basket is from here. Now, in the north, some of the states in the north say, we are under Sharia law. We don't want alcohol here. We don't want anything. But then when we go to booze in the evening, have a good time, we pay taxes on alcohol, right? Then you start to distribute the money. they will end up getting money from something that they don't support. Is that not hypocrisy? So it's not about not to say, it's about you not cheat me, I cheat you. Don't cheat me, I won't cheat you. So some Northerners are angry, but some of them who have realized that they're messed up long time ago, they're waking up now and saying, hey, we better buck up. This is reality. Nothing lasts forever. This time for everybody to raise money in your states. Taxes is the normal way of running a country. Even in the Bible, it says you pay your taxes. It's not get your oil. So now you will see that taxes will be a thing of the president. Now, when you make more money and you pay less taxes, you don't pay tax on your income. I'm talking about up to 5 million, which means if you are making up to 400 and something thousand a month, no tax. You can quote me on that because it's in the presentation, and the Senate is going to pass it. Some of those Northerners will hide their head because they know that President TUNUBU is right. He's trying to make everybody be held responsible. You cannot be taxing Delta, Rivers, Lagos State, then will be using to feed the other people. Your children don't want to go to school. They are Nigerians. They are everything. No. We have some good APC member from the north who say, no. Do you know that the deputy Senate president is on Kano? They are trying to stone him in Kano. He said, I'm not going to back down. We must start paying taxes. We must raise money to pay taxes. We cannot be saying we are Muslim. Religion has nothing to do with paying your tax.
All right, now let's look at the relationship between the president and the state governors under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. What is the relationship like?
With our governor here?
No, all the governors generally.
Let me tell you, the governors, they have no choice. They know that there's a new sheriff in town.
Because now what I'm asking is because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has maintained that the state has more money now under this administration.
Yes.
Because of the removal of oil subsidy and all that.
Yes.
So what is their relationship? You see, is it a
well, there is not a matter of relationship, it's a matter of responsibility. What is your job as governor? Are you fixing your infrastructure? You must show what you are doing. With all that, do you know that even during this palliative period, do you know how much money was added to monthly allocation to every governor? Most of us did not see any palliative, but we are not complaining. We know that it's a temporary thing. The real thing is create a new enabling environment for business to run. Do you know that some market women, they are now having problem because they have formed a caucus of union to make sure that anybody who's trying to sell at a decreased price from Benin, they would call the transport company not to transport that person to Warri. Is that fair? It's not fair. We are doing ourselves. We blame TINUBU, blame government, blame everyone and everything. The people themselves have to get themselves to order. We must love each other. We must cut down. You can't become a millionaire under where poverty is existing. Have mercy on the Nigerians, not just the business, not just the government. The people themselves have to point with fingers and then say, stop this kind of marketing. 1 yam, 4,000, 5,000. Why? Why?
All right, let's come back home. Let's come back to Delta State. We saw recently Governor Sheriff Oberewori saying that if Tinubu fails, he too has failed. That they are working together hand in hand to ensure that Deltas get dividends of democracy. Will you say this is because of the achievements of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he has seen, or is just trying to be loyal?
You remember when I came to this program, when we started, I first of all commend the governor. Because it's a governor reasoning. Say, look here, what will I say if this government fails? He's trying to say, I'm going to take charge of my own responsibility. It's a way of taking responsibility for his own portion. If every governor handled their own portion, Nigeria will be fixed. Fixed. So again, I want to commend Governor Sharif for what he said. He said, if President Tinubu fails, he fails. Do you want to fail?
No. So
we're going to make presidents pass so that he can pass. Because The president is the father of the nation. You make your father sustain so that you yourself can survive. I think that's a wise move. And it might be decamping to APC, we don't know yet.
but look, as assessing Governor Sheriff Oborevori, will you say he has done well the last 18 months?
You say?
Assessing Governor Sheriff Oborevori with the development we are seeing across the state, will you say he has done well the last 18 months?
Yeah, look, Governor Sheriff is just 1 year, 6 months old.
Yeah.
There are bridges, not by some low-level contracting company. We're talking about Julius Berger. When you build a bridge by Julius Berger, you don't have to worry about this collapsing. And you have to pay the cost. And which means he's using our budget wisely. I'm not saying that small thing not to go corner, but I have no proof for that.
But you have no proof here, that's what I was saying.
I don't know, but all I know is that the budget is being utilized. Okay. And once you see infrastructure, nobody's going to complain about small thing. Don't let them see something on ground. When people see that, look at Ugwangwe right there now, the bridge is working. The local government chairman have fenced the whole place. They made that overhead bridge working, and that will save some lives. I'm looking at potholes everywhere. I'm looking at the painting of the roads and everything. I'm looking at street lights with solar light. That's progress. Regardless of who will be doing it, I don't care. Everybody cannot be an APC man. Is Wiki not PDP? Has he denied PDP? But he's working with the government. So this government is a father to all, not to one party.
All right, now a father to all. Recently we saw some lawmakers, National Assembly members decamping to the APC. We saw 2 Labour Party National Assembly members decamped, and even in Delta State here, the daughter of the former governor of Delta State, as the Honorable Irata Kebori, also crossing from the ruling PDP in the state down to the APC. What is your own take on this? Will you say that?
Thank you. If I had brought all these things up, it would look like I came to campaign again. But this is what you see live. If a party is that bad, why would somebody want to decamp to it? They're decamping from obedient to renewed hope. Renewed hope. 5 legislators and some others in the state, even Abia State and all of them, they're saying that they're not in the obedient kind of labor. They're in a different labor party. I commend them for that. They're making a wise decision. And labor is already in disarray. If you want to be president of Nigeria, you cannot even control your party. You cannot bring them together and reconcile them. How can you reconcile Nigeria? So people are joining. And by the way, our honorable former governor Ibori's daughter that decamped is to pave way for Ibori's coming.
That is just
that's going to be on that surprise.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We shall see the surprise coming from.
I won't say that, but you know that it's a very close. Him and Tinubu, they were fair governors during their time, and they were colleagues, they are friends. And don't be surprised that he might be a kitchen cabinet to Tinubu there.
But yeah, even when the doctor decamped, he maintained that he's still a member of the PDP, that he has not gone.
That's what she said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yes, he's still a member of the PDP. So you don't need to debate about that.
He said everything just to keep peace. He doesn't want to create panic.
Let's look at something that you mentioned about the obedience. During the general election, we saw the obedient movement. It was really strong, and they came up strong, and we were thinking that they were going to sweep the poll like tsunami. Although they tried, they won some National Assembly and even a state, a governorship seat. But today we are seeing them like in disarray, moving to other parties. Is this the beginning of the death of the obedient movement? To you?
Look, obedient, they are my younger brothers. I love them too. Sure, you understand. But they begin to realize that you can't run election on social media. Social media is not election. The reality on ground is beginning to sink into their head and saying, look, too much talk and no action. The renewed hope guarantee is being implemented. 1, local government autonomy. 2, regionalization of Nigeria. 3, Oil production have increased. 4, the new tax law proposal is going to benefit even poor people more by the time it completes. And then the states that have been paying more and getting less, they will get their money. If you raise tax in your state, keep it to your state. Why should Lagos State raise 247 billion and then they allocate only 47 billion to them, 200 billion spread to the north?
All right, now let's look at a critical sector that the president, we may say the president has not really done well, because right now we're in the studio. When we started earlier, there was power failure and all that. Now let's look at this, the power sector. We have not seen the president do anything tangible in the power sector. We know that the industrialization of Nigeria depends on the power sector.
Yes, that's good too. That's a serious question. The national grid collapsed 3 days ago.
It's collapsing.
Yeah, you keep collapsing. Let me tell you, things don't happen just like that. It's sabotage. Once you see a government that is a threat to your own way of life, some people don't know how to handle opposition. They'll start sabotage. They're sabotaging this government. Do you know how much sabotage they sabotage us before we get to this level? But President Tinubu keeps his eyes on the prize. And you attacking them, cursing out them too. He never said a word. He just focused on how to save Nigeria out of this disaster, and we begin to see the dividend coming out little by little. When you grow a mango, you start seeing mango leaves coming out. Although you have not yielded the mango, but you know there's hope. That's what they call the renewed hope.
How long are we going to wait for this renewed hope?
Look, China waited for 30 years. Today now we are talking about China. You're almost defeating America in production in many things.
So Nigeria should wait for 30?
No. We are faster people.
Okay.
And we don't need to match with China. China wants to go cover many things, technology. They want to catch up with America. We're not competing with them. We just want to take care of our people. We are peaceful people. We are accommodating. African people, they welcome anybody. That's how they took us slave, because we were welcoming them. We didn't know that they had ulterior motives. But no more. All we try to do is fix our country. Our kids are very smart. You go to America, the best doctors there are Nigerians. The best computer scientists there are Nigerians. Donald Trump is even scared now. He must be sending some of them away, because we are making them, the white people, we call them redneck, who hate blacks. They say they're taking their jobs. Some wise Republicans said they're taking the job that you cannot qualify to do. It's not about taking your job. Go and learn.
All right. Now, will you say, because before President Bola Tinubu took over government, we saw, before he became president, we saw an exodus of Nigeria medical personnel going abroad. You two, you stayed in America for 40 years.
I stayed there because I was raising my child, but I've been back here 20 years.
Yes, what I'm saying is that with what is on ground now, are we going to see those Nigerians coming back home? Just like we said, Ghana must go, and a time came, the Ghanaians, the economy got better, and they started living.
Most Nigerians abroad, they love Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we all do. I just came back 6 weeks ago, and I interact with Nigerian community there. I was the former president of the Nigerian American Association of California, so I still have my as a president emeritus. I meet with them, and I talk to them and say, look, Nigeria is not going to go backward, it's going to go forward. You might think that it's going back. As what they said, the refinery cannot work, Dangote, bagger. Now, Port Harcourt refinery, they say it's a lie, it's not true. Is producing now. Warri refinery will be up and running very soon, because the people are serious now. They know that no more time for game. All those sabotage is ending. Even you just mentioned that the obedient people are decamping. They didn't decamp to other parts. They came to APC. APC must be doing something right. If you see something right, say it. Just give credit to. I'm giving credit to the governor here. He's doing something right. I'm very proud of him, and people need to think that I was not educated. It's not about all that. It's about performance. I look at performance, and I just recommend him on that.
All right, let's look at the common man. What the common man wants is having 3 square meals in a day, and they are okay. and that will bring us to the agricultural sector. Some critics have said the 2025 budget, the amount budgeted for agriculture is too meager to cause a change in food sufficiency in Nigeria that will bring down price, because we know that the law of demand and supply, the higher the supply, the lower the price. So if we have more foods in the market, the price will fall. But the budget is too low compared to what we are facing in this critical sector.
Thank you. You just talked about the Ministry of Agriculture. There's also a Ministry of Livestock.
Okay, yes.
Most cows that if you want to cook our soup now, the meat is more expensive than every other thing in the food. He created the Ministry of Agriculture is not to grow food, is to supervise and create an enabling environment for the farmers. First, there must be security in the farm. Herdsmen issue is reducing. Now we have bandits. Bandits are not going to after farmers, they're going after people in the vehicle to demand hostage and some money for ransom. So the herdsmen issue is dwindling. It's still there. It's not rampant like before. So people are gradually going back to their farm. And once you grow food, there's time for harvesting. You can't harvest the next day. So people are growing their food, and the harvesting period is gradually coming up. Gari went down about 2 weeks ago from 4,500 per basket to 2,500. Now I heard that it's gone back up to 3,000 something. It's because of people.
Christmas. Because of the Christmas.
Well, thank you. You see, that's why 2 heads are better than one.
Because of the Christmas.
You see, so it will come back down. So it's going to come back to even 1,000 something, because that's where it really belongs. Things are going to get better. I used to buy a tuber of yam from these outside guys in wheelbarrow. They'll sell it. Yam that I used to buy 1,000 became 4,000. I said, hey, even me myself I did. But because of hope in my spirit,
yes.
As the guy was telling me it's 2,800. I said, you are not a Nigerian, you are from Niger. You see, we get them mixed up. But a lot of them are not Nigerians. Niger people, they're just here to come and exploit us. A true Hausa man will say, wallahi tallahi, ban the code in your kawoshi. If you just tell, don't Allah, don't Anabi, finish. If you call Allah to them and Anabi Muhammad, they will say, okay, bring the money. This one, they're very rascal. I said, Kai ba Hausa ba. You know, I don't speak Hausa. So now, one of the lady, they say, sir, you don't buy my own. He said, I said, how much you go take? I said, 2,500. I said, 2,000. You say, take them. I said, bring 2. I bought 2.
Yes.
2,000. The one I used to use in buying one. I bought 2. It's getting better.
All right, now we need to go because of time. But I just want you to just talk to Nigerians, even as we enter a new year with a renewed hope and revitalization of everybody and all that. So what is your word of advice and encouragement?
I just want to remind people also that if your child is going to school, you got admission into state universities now, because they've started paying loan for students of federal universities. Already they dispensed 300,000 loans to students. It's not like because a loan you are still going to pay back, but you think about 6 years from now, you'll be better off 6 years from now to pay maybe 4 million. It will be something that you can pay in 1 year at that time by the grace of Almighty God. So I'm pleading to parents, as this school year is going to begin, tell them to go and apply for those loans for the state university, no private universities now, federal and state universities, polytechnics and etc. Let them go and apply for loan, so that those parents that cannot afford tuition fee can at least tap into TINUBU'S loan scheme, which is now benefiting some people. Do you know that the Easterners have they realize they were trying to snub the loan? They say, Allah. Later on they said Easterners have not applied. They are rushing now to apply because the money is there. In America, we borrow money to live in advance. Now they're going to be loaned for cars. If as in your capacity you want to change your car, you can get a loan to buy on that car, and you pay little by little. The banks led by Elumelu, Chief Ovia, Chief Mokwede, all those big banks, TINUBU set up a committee for them to administer loans for working class people and loans for educational purposes. Is that not the future brightness? So as we're entering this new year with this renewed hope budget of 47 billion, let us keep hope alive. Things are going to get better. It's not going to get worse than like before. It has to, every day it grows, and eventually we'll get to the promised land. Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Tunde Okorodudu, our chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC Delta State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
He has been with Tinubu for a very long time. Since the beginning, I have been with him. And so you see him speaking passionately about President Tinubu because he has been a friend of President Tinubu. All right. Special thanks to my producer, COMRADE Johnson Obasanjo, my executive producer, Pastor Malcolm Mutiri, and the man with the magic finger in the MCRO, COMRADE Onorode Mokoro. I call him my master in the union work there. Is one of our guys here. All right. I'm John Glover. See you same time on Monday for another edition. It's goodbye from
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
For this House, probably working with the Senate to come up with a clear strategy on how to engage the federal government to live up to its own agreements.
We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north.